Good morning to all. In this session, we are going to discuss about applications of infrared spectroscopy. Infrared spectroscopy is the region where all functional group identification is possible. Infrared spectroscopy is broadly classified into two segments. One is functional group region, second is fingerprint region. The region in between 400 to 1400 is called fingerprint region, which is a unique for each and every compound and which give the valuable information in order to predict the structure of the compound. Functional group identification region. It is the most crucial region where you can find each and individual functional groups which are present in the given compound. It lays in the range of 1400 to 4000 centimeter inverse. In this session, we are going to discuss about what are the imperative applications of infrared spectroscopy, in what way it can be utilized in research and also in the structural elucidation and also in the functional group identification. Now let us go with their applications. Infrared spectroscopy, the major application is functional group identification. That's a reason why infrared spectroscopy is called fingerprint for functional group. It is the fingerprint for functional group because each and every functional group have its a unique region. For example, if we take aldehyde group around 1725 centimeter inverse, the peak will be appeared. So in that way, so individual compound having their unique region for its identification. Hence it is called fingerprint for functional group identification. Here, you can see different functional groups having different regions. If the given compound is having hydroxy functional group, it lays in the range of 3400 to 3650 centimeter inverse. So if CH stretching of aldehydic bond you want to determine, that will lays in the between 2860 to 2775 centimeter inverse. If carbonylic aldehyde stretch we want to determine, then aromatic aldehyde will give the peak at 1700 centimeters. Carbon-carbon double bond stretch will be appeared at 1595 centimeter inverse. In this way, individual functional group have its own characteristic region, hence it is called a fingerprint. And next is about determination of purity of the compound. How can we determine the purity? So if we observe any additional or undesirable peaks, it indicates that the given compound is contaminated with some other impurities. If it is well defined, sharp, distinguished peaks are present, whatever required for us, now the compound is said to be highly pure in state. In this way, by using infrared spectroscopy, we can distinguish whether the compound is pure or in contaminated form. The next is about quantitative estimation. Quantitative estimation, nothing but if we are going to measure the compound in terms of concentration, in terms of exact weight, so whatever quantity measurement is there, that may be solid, liquid. Solid can be measured in weight, liquid can be measured in volume. So the type of analysis, if carried, that is called a quantitative analysis. In IR spectroscopy, quantitative analysis of the compound is carried by using Lambert-Beetz law. It states that log I naught by I is the absorbance. Here, it mainly depends upon thickness in terms of solids, otherwise concentration in terms of liquid or solutions. Hence, quantitative analysis of given compound is conveniently achieved by Lambert-Beetz law. Next is about blood alcohol level. Okay, while driving, if any person consumed alcohol or not can be easily detected by infrared spectroscopy. Drunk and drive cases can be easily handled by infrared spectroscopy. And even in the forensic identification, so in order to identify the fingerprints of the criminal persons, so it is very convenient to use infrared radiation in order to identify forensic findings. And next, uh, archaeological paintings, pigments. So what is the age of that paint or pigments which are present in that painting? So that can be easily predicted by infrared spectroscopy. So archaeological findings are most important in order to collect our history, in order to segregate our history, in order to know about our past generations. In that case, that kind of diagnosis or research can be carried by using infrared spectroscopy. And even food industry, in order to sterilize the food and what are the components which are present in the food materials can be conveniently diagnosed by using this infrared spectroscopy. What are the food ingredients? What are the components present in that food material? That analysis carried by the infrared spectroscopy. And next, this is also most important research requirement, distinction between cis and trans isomers of geometrical isomers, where cis isomer, in case of infrared spectroscopy, the peaks will be highly complex in nature. Whenever trans isomer is consumed, in that case, here we will get the simple spectrum of the given compound in this way. So distinguishing of cis and trans isomers are possible by using infrared spectroscopy. And the most important, geometry of the compound, whether the given compound is linear or bent molecule, can be easily predicted based on number of degrees of freedom. So by using this, whether nitro group is in linear or bent molecule can be easily predicted. Now let us see. In order to calculate number of degrees of freedom, we have two different empirical formulas. For the linear molecule, it will be 3n minus 5. For non-linear molecule, it will be 3n minus 6. So how can we predict whether the compound is linear or bent molecule by this formula? Let us see. For example, nitro group is giving 3 peaks in the IR spectrophotometer. Then how can we predict whether it is linear or non-linear molecule? So based on these information provided to us, we can easily identify which type of geometry is present in the compound. For that purpose, let us use 3n minus 6 formula. Here, what they said, they give 3 characteristic peaks, means 3n minus 6 is equal to 3 characteristic peaks. So in this, n stands for number of atoms present in the given functional group. When we take nitro functional group, NO2 means 3 atoms are there. That's the reason why here, so the formula 3n minus 6 is suitable for the prediction of 3 peaks. If you are using 3n minus 5, it will give 3n minus 5, 9 minus 5, it will give 4 peaks. But the data which is given to us indicates 3 peaks only present. So based on this, we can confirm 3n minus 6 formula is preferable so that the given molecule is non-linear, because 3n minus 6 formula indicates the molecule is non-linear. Hence, NO2 will be represented in this manner, not in the straight line or linear. So this is another important application of IR spectroscopy. And the last one, we are going to conclude. So many applications, wide range of applications are given for IR, but few are we are focusing. So study of chemical reactions means whether the reaction is proceeding or not, whether the reaction is feasible or not, what is the progress of the reaction with respect to time, and at what time reaction will be completed. All these interferences can be conveniently achieved by using infrared spectroscopy. Let us see how it is possible to identify or study the chemical reaction by IR spectroscopy. Let us assume initially we have this CO functional group. What we are doing, this is subjected to initially we are taking CH2 single bond OH. hydroxy compound was taken as a starting material. Now, this hydroxy compound subjected to oxidation by using strong oxidizing agent, so that if it is secondary hydroxy, what happens? There is a possibility of the formation of ketonic functional group. If it is primary hydroxy, there is a possibility will be aldehydic functional group by partial oxidation process, right? So let us see how this reaction, study of the chemical reaction is possible by using this infrared spectroscopy. Initially, peak is given for this hydroxy functional group at 3570. After the required time duration, it will be converted into carbonylic functional group. When it is converted into carbonylic functional group, the peak will be appeared at 1750 centimeter inverse there due to the formation of ketone. Here, they observed ketonic functional group. So we have to take secondary hydroxy group here, so that here initially 3570 centimeter inverse is corresponding to hydroxy functional group. After the oxidation process, it is converted into ketonic functional group, right? So let us see how the reaction is feasible or not. For example, if the starting material was taken and subjected to oxidation, let us assume we are determining its analysis after 1 hour. If after 1 hour we are getting 1750 peak, it indicates ketone is formed within the reaction mixture. If there is only 3570 peak is there, that indicates there is no product formation, reactant remains as such, means reaction is not feasible. In that way, we can predict whether the reaction is feasible or not. Otherwise, the speed of the reaction we can analyze, and even the time required for the completion of the reaction. All interferences can be drawn from this infrared spectroscopy based on the peak appearance. If peak appeared only single, that is highly in the specified manner, at 1750, it indicates all the starting material now converted into product, the reaction got completed. So in this way, we can analyze the study of chemical reactions. By this, we completed all the applications of infrared spectroscopy. It is possible to identify the functional groups present in the compound. It is possible to predict purity of the compound, whether it is pure or impure in nature. Quantitative analysis, either concentration, weight, or volume can be predicted by using this infrared spectroscopy. Drunken drive, alcohol content in the blood can be easily identified by IR spectroscopy. Forensic fingerprints can be identified. DNA analysis is also carried by using IR spectroscopy. Archaeological paintings, pigments, age can be predicted by IR. So in industry, food components, what are the ingredients which are present in the food material can be predicted. Cis trans geometrical isomers can be easily distinguished by using this IR spectroscopy. And whether the given molecule is in straight or linear or bent molecule can be predicted by using number of vibrational freedoms. And study of chemical reactions, rate of the reaction can be conveniently studied by using infrared spectroscopy. By this, we are going to conclude for today. Hope everybody understood this. Thank you. Thank you very much.